Hello, people. It's your boy Usman back again. Manchester United podcast. Listen, my throat has somewhat recovered. I'm going to try my best. I will be joined by guests very shortly. But nevertheless, we're going to be talking all things Glazers. We're going to be talking all things the manager, and of course, the game against Manchester City. So lock in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll try my best to get through the video. Jerry, Najee, and Kojo hopefully will be joining at some point during the stream. But before we get into that, enjoy the intro. Yes, people, as I just said, I will be joined by the three wise men, as the comments suggest, very shortly. But for the time being, you just got me. Listen, let's just get some comments. Hi, Ron Usman. Hopefully you're feeling better, mate. I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm somewhat recovered, but I don't think I'm fully there, as you can tell. But listen, hashtag three wise men, hashtag Glazers out. Yes, boys, you'd love to see it. We've got a few random comments, and I don't know if this is an advertisement or not, so I'm going to leave that in the chat. And obviously, as I put myself, first and foremost, welcome to the channel. If you're watching this for the first time, of course, feel free to support the channel. We do upload daily content. We haven't been doing that lately because I've been ill, as you can probably still tell by the way I'm talking. So I've been quite ill at the moment, so I've just taken a bit of a break. But we are back hopefully today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. But anyways, my co-host is live in the building, so we're going to get the homie on very quickly. We've got Jerry in the building. Jerry, brother, how are you doing, man?
What's up, man? Sorry I'm late, man. My Wi-Fi router just decided to mess up as soon as I was logging in. But we're back.
Yes.
Yeah, feeling all right, man.
Yeah, good to hear, man. Listen, there's a lot to discuss. Obviously, good to have you on. It's good to have a co-host because I don't know if my voice can hack it on my ones, but we'll see how we get on. But listen, let's start with the first game. Let's start with the game firstly, should I say. Most importantly, Manchester United getting a result.
Yeah.
Of course, courtesy of a very late equaliser by that man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably a handball, I'm not going to lie, but nevertheless, it wasn't given. What did you make of the game itself?
First off, obviously we stuck with the same formation, but it looks like a 5-2-3 instead of a 5-3-2, because it looked like Rashford and Bruno were playing right and left of Ronaldo, not the two up top that we thought it would be. Yeah. So I was kind of surprised about that. I didn't think it worked first half, and obviously they go and score, which I think De Gea could do better. I mean, it's his first mistake of the season, so I'll allow him, but he should be collecting that. And then our first goal. Don't know if that's Ollie Ball, freestyle football. I don't know what that was, but that was, I think, one of our best goals this season. And it was good football, good quick first time football. Greenwood to Bruno with a great assist, and then Ronaldo does what he does. And then second half, don't get me started. What the hell was that? That was just, I don't know what that was. Like, we were just sitting ducks basically. Like, Atlanta are good, but come on, man. That's just poor, bruv. And then the goal, Maguire. The less I say about that guy, the better, man. I've had enough.
I mean, captain, fantastic, isn't it? We may as well start on him. Sorry, I do apologize. My laptop's just beeping for some reason. Yeah, captain, fantastic. Maguire, the man to lead out of Manchester United, that guy. Listen, where should we start with the defense? I mean, it's absolutely shambolic. As you mentioned, obviously, it was very easy for them to score both goals, as it always is. First goal, I mean, it was De Gea's fault, realistically speaking. You could make a case that Shaw was in the wrong position as well. Maguire probably should have sniffed the danger, etc., etc. Of course, the brunt of the responsibility goes to De Gea. But the overall defensive performance, man, Harry Maguire's meant to be the captain. He's meant to be the guy that leads from the front. He's meant to be the guy that sets the example, the precedent, whatever you want to call it. And time and time again, he drops absolute stinkers, but gets selected time and time again. The question I want to ask you is, does it now come down to the manager? Because it's quite evident that this guy has been absolutely shocking. Yeah. I mean, I know he's your captain. You gave him the armband for whatever reason, but there's got to come a point that when you see a player dropping that many stinkers game back to back, you think, okay, this guy's got to sit the bench. Now, why does he keep getting picked?
Favoritism, man. That's all it is. Like even today, we've seen with the England squad announcement, certain players are in there, and you're thinking how. Like for example, Harry Kane. He's had a shocking season. I don't know how. He's obviously because he's captain, just like Maguire, he gets picked. You got Tyrone Mings getting picked, and you got certain players like Tomori, who's not even getting a look, and he's had a good season. But even Ben White, I'll say, deserves to be in there ahead of Mings. So it's like form doesn't mean anything to certain managers. That's another reason why we don't want Southgate, because you'll probably do the same thing.
Yeah,
you'll probably do the same thing. So for me, it's like Luke Shaw, Maguire, they should have been dropped ages ago. Even being half fit, they still ain't being dropped. So that tells me if they can walk, they're going to play every single game. It just shows the incompetency of this manager, and there's nothing we can do about it, man. Like Bailly, I want to talk about the positives because Bailly, bruv, if Bailly stayed fit, I'm saying top 3 centre backs in the league.
I mean, I don't think there's ever been a question of his talent. To be fair,
bruv.
I mean, I know that obviously the top 3 centre backs in the league might. I mean, it might sound far fetched to a lot of rival fans, and they might be deluded by us saying this. However, I feel like there's enough body of work when he's fit, of course, to really suggest that he's a top defender. Of course, the obvious issue is his injury record, which is an absolute shambles. But for me personally, it's an absolute no-brainer that Bailly should be one of the first names on the sheet, alongside the likes of Varane when they're both fit. The fact that Bailly hasn't really got his flowers. I mean, he's done it for Man United, even under Oli. I mean, Bailly was a massive contributor to Man United being top of the table. I know, albeit for 2 weeks, but it was his man the match performance against Wolves that basically won us that game. His block on numerous occasions when the players ran onto the pitch. I know it was a bit cringe now looking back at it, but
at the time.
At the time we were all buzzing. Obviously, all the players ran onto the pitch to congratulate Bailly on the pitch. How many times have the players done that for Maguire? How many times have the players done that for Lindelof? Never. And Maguire's the bloody captain. He's quite clearly he's not respected within the dressing room because he's a fucking walking disaster. And I just want to say on record now that I apologize to every single fan that I have had a debate about with Maguire being included in there and said Maguire's X, Y, and Z in terms of he's better than X, Y, and Z, because that is the biggest L I've ever had to hold. I couldn't have got it any further from the truth. The guy's an absolute embarrassment, and the fact that he's a Man United captain. And for me personally, Ryan, and I said this to you on numerous occasions, I said it to other people, Oli is to blame for a lot of this Maguire situation now, because Maguire's been playing in games that he shouldn't be playing. And obviously, he's culpable for his own performance. Of course, I'm never saying that he's not culpable because he's a fucking human being and he obviously has to hold accountability. However, it comes back to the manager all the time for me, because why is he getting picked? I said I was one of the only people in the chat, there might be someone else, saying, why the fuck is he starting against Leicester? I said it before the game deliberately because I didn't want to be that guy during the game, or I knew he should not be playing. So that's why I always say it before the game, so that I can say, look, I knew it. Because there was no way this guy should be playing. We had Bailly fit on the bench, ready to play that game. Bailly against Vardy, notoriously has got a fantastic record against Vardy. They've had hustle and tussle and great battles over the years, and Vardy has never got the better of Bailly, from what I can recall. He may have scored here and there, but it's never been Bailly's fault. No. And I know that's a bit, people might say, oh, that's a bit favoritism, but it's facts. Like, you can go back and watch the goals. There's always been someone else culpable for the goals. And for me personally, right, I think it's an absolute joke that Bailly's been disrespected the way he's been disrespected. Like, in the sense that Man has had to sit on the bench. Imagine you're Bailly, right? And you're watching Maguire and Lindelof play in front of you week in, week out, dropping those absolute disaster classes. And the only way this guy can get in is when Lindelof gets injured. You best believe that Lindelof's coming back in against Man City and Bailly's on the bench.
Yeah, I already I've accepted the fact that he's not injured, like he's out. He just had a knock. Lindelof's coming straight back in for 4. The only reason that Bailly might play is because Varane's out now. Which again, I was even surprised that he was fit for Tottenham, because when I saw him train, I was freaking raw. Like, Varane's back already. I was shocked. Obviously, I was happy, but I was a bit like, he's back a bit too soon for me. But obviously, because he was desperate and was bleeding, throw him in there. But now look, he's out for a month now. Another decision made by Oli where we've rushed him back, and now look at the consequences. So I don't know, man. It's Maguire, man. 80 million. Every time I think about it,
bro, the amount of times I've heard Pogba's price tag, but the amount of times I've not heard Maguire or Grealish's price tag, I wonder why. This is why I always get triggered by this topic, because it's so clear that it's racism. I don't give a shit what anyone says, and people, bro, I'm gonna call it a spade, bro. How can you tell me that Pogba's price tag gets mentioned every single time? 90 million players should be doing X, 90 million players should be getting 4 assists according to Souness, but Grealish isn't fuck all. And Maguire can't even get 1 clean sheet in 20 games, but apparently Pogba has to get 4 assists again. I mean,
English bias, bro. They'll never criticize.
Bro, they're not even hiding it anymore. But listen, let's get some new comments in. I can see Kojo has joined it, and this is his favorite topic. Defenders, so I'm sure he's gonna have a field day. But let's just get a couple of comments in. I joined at the right time. Bun Maguire, Ali's in the building. Yeah, I love to see it. I was reading someone else's reply, as I always do. I had to rub my eyes when Donny van de Beek came on. Literally fucked. Speaking of Donny van de Beek, obviously congratulations to him and his partner. I believe they're expecting a child, so obviously he's never going to watch his bad news. Have to do our due diligence just in case. We love you, Van de Beek. It's a shame Molly doesn't, but it is what it is. I'm sure he's not on the card list, but it is what it is. Maguire doesn't deserve to be in the team, letting on the captain. I mean, the fact that he's captain is absolutely, it's just hurtful. Big up Osman and Jerry. Thank you, Nip, and hopefully you've had a good Diwali, my brother. Devin saying Oli doesn't rotate a squad because it exposes tactical deficiencies. I think that's what I'm going to say, which is inefficiencies. I didn't know that was the word, but it is what it is. But anyways, let's get Kojo in. Obviously, keep getting your comments in. As you saw from last week's podcast, when I did it on my own, I want it to be as interactive as I possibly can. So basically, meaning is get your questions in, get your comments in. We want to be as interactive. We want to get you guys involved as much as we possibly can. We've got a comment from Akil saying, is xenophobia, in my opinion, the target Bruno and De Gea too? Interesting. We'll have to get onto that at some point. But listen, without further ado, the man from 3 in midfield, you know, as was said, the 3 wise men has finally been completed. Kojo is in the building. Just going to swap you and Jerry over, obviously. But listen, Kojo, welcome first and foremost. As you may have heard, we're slagging off Maguire, so by all means, feel free to give your opinion on the defense as a whole. What are your thoughts on Eric Bailly sitting on the bench and watching Lindelof and Maguire play weekly whilst he doesn't play?
Before we signed Varane last season, I told you that I would actually do a Lindelof and Bailly centre back pairing, because thing is, Bailly, the thing about my frustration with Bailly is just that he's not available often enough. It's injuries. Injuries are his problem, innit? Other than that, generally for United, he's done very well, so there's no problem there. Lindelof, poor in the air and weak, but in general as a defender, his positioning, his reading, and then his ball playing skills are great. So in fact, with Bailly as well, Bailly can ball play as well. You saw him in the Champions League. Atlanta was beating players, was dribbling the ball forward. So you got 2 men that can do that. And then you come to the Ferry. And the thing about him is, and Usman, you know how much it took out of me to give him a little bit of praise last year, because I thought he actually had a good year. I gave him something, but he's reverted back to type. He's doing the things that I didn't like him for in the first place. I've said this. He doesn't maximize the things he's good at. Just be a no-nonsense centre-back. When the ball comes, get rid of it. Dominate in the air, mark players, and just tackle direct. Don't, try and do positioning when they beat you for pace. He got beaten by Steven Bergwijn. Bergwijn has scored one. Bergwijn has scored 1 in his last 51 appearances. What was that one goal against? Okay. And who did he beat? Do you know what I'm saying? So, look, I just don't. I don't have the time for him, man. He's doing everything that made me not want him in the first place. It was so clear to see that he lacks deficiencies. And I'll actually ask you guys this question right now, you two and everyone watching as well. When we signed him, and I'm going to bring up Phil Jones in this as well. Just listen. When we signed him, we signed Phil Jones. Didn't Phil Jones have a lot more promise than Harry Maguire when we signed him from Blackburn? Did you not have more confidence in Jones becoming a better Man United defender than Maguire, knowing full well that Maguire was already an established centre back? This guy was just learning his trade.
To be fair though, Maguire, I can't lie. When we signed him, I was happy we got him. I'm not gonna lie. I was not happy, but I thought okay because we needed the centre back, and for Leicester, even my bro clocked him from Hull. Like he's actually a decent defender, so I thought. Yeah, he should improve us because he had a few good years at Leicester, but with Phil Jones, it was like he wasn't coming in to start straight away. He was like a backup, like a prospect. So obviously he had more hype. Like he's gonna be like Fergie said, the greatest. That quote is such an L.
Yeah, that's a big L. That's a big L. I tried to forget that one. I thought that was his legacy.
But Maguire, I think the price tag makes it 100 times worse. Like I think,
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even consider the price tag anymore. I wouldn't have signed this guy for 20 million at Leicester.
No, I would have.
I didn't want, bro. I think Mourinho said he wanted him when he was at Hull. That would have been like 5 million. I would have accepted that because that's a squad player fee. The guy is not. He doesn't have the quality to be United captain, let alone United starting centre back. I just don't.
No, but like you said, he's had a few spells where he's actually balled out. Like even last year when we was injured, we clearly missed him. But then
so did John Joe Shelby once in a while, bro. He is not good, and we are not improving with him. We signed Varane, and he's giving Varane stress.
Yeah, he's causing more problems than solutions. I remember Ty saying that, and it's true, man. Like every time he defends, it's like you get shook 1v1. He's not going to get the he's proper slow. I don't know if that's genetics or like even when I was younger, like even doing athletics and playing fourth, why are you slow? Like, is it what is it? Well, how could you be that slow, bro?
You've had bare slow centre backs in the past. I don't know, Martin Keown, even recently.
Yeah, that's true.
Max Hummels is slow, but they knew what to
do. Even Chiellini, Bonucci now, they're not the fastest, but
they're not the fastest, but they know what to do with themselves. I wanted Ruben Diaz like a madman, but he's not the fastest, but he's smart. He knows what his body can do, so he uses his body the way he can use his body. And that's it. This guy, he's not going to flipping improve United in any way, man. Honestly, I'm hoping in the next year or two, United buy another centre back to replace him.
Now, guys, let's accept the fact he's here for the foreseeable future. We need to accept that as fans because that heavy investment plus his captain, I think he's here until he's like 32, 30.
Can I just ask a question?
I'm telling you, he's going to be playing a lot of games. He'll probably get one of the highest appearances when he finishes at this club. I'm sure of it.
Let's just see what happens when new manager comes in. But my question is,
come in, bro.
Do you think if you had better players in front of him, i.e., like a competent DM to potentially screen him, it might benefit him, or do you think he's just a lost cause?
No, he's not good.
A DM will paper over the cracks. That's what it will do. Because once they get past the DM, you're still gonna have to defend. Like even the goal yesterday or 2 days ago, he's doing this instead of being switched on and saying, "Oh crap, the defender's through. Let me go cover Bailly." Where Bailly actually covers Maguire a lot of the time, even Lindelof. But when it's for him to return the favor, he just can't do it. And you're the captain. You're supposed to get across, bail your centre back partner out. And he's doing this instead of taking responsibility.
Maguire is going to be 20. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Maguire's going to be 29, bro.
He's going to 34.
Maguire's got more fucking relegations on his record than trophies, bro.
He's 29 years old, and you're hoping he's going to improve. He should be in his peak years.
I'm looking Maguire after I'm looking Pogba.
Oh, rubbish. Sad. It's actually sad.
But listen, let's come away from the Maguire thing because obviously I wasn't expected to go on for that long. Obviously, the UCL game and the Champions League game and as a whole, Man United got the important point that we needed to put us in a very good position to get through to the next stage. Kojo, what did you make of the performance as a whole? And obviously, that man again, Cristiano Ronaldo, just delivering when it really matters, man. Like, what did you make of him and obviously just the overall performance?
Well, Ronaldo is a superhero, man. The guy just comes up every time you need him. That's as simple as it gets. I think, in fact, ever since he joined United, the last minute or two last minute goals for Portugal, I think 89th minute and like 96, and then for us against Atalanta, Villarreal. The guy is he's incredible, man, and he's gonna keep doing this. He's a savior. Now, when it comes to the whole performance, my goodness, as soon as we lost Varane, it was a wrap. We looked horrible on the ball. Pogba was atrocious. I have to say that right now. Pogba was atrocious. And it's not the stuff about what's his name, Post-goal saying rolling the ball on his feet and all that kind of stuff. That's minor. That's touches. Everything he did in general as a technical player, just passing the ball, it was just poor. McTominay, who got a tweet saying our midfield engine today, oh boy, at this point I don't even know what he is, man. He was another shocking player as well. It says a lot that Donny van de Beek and Sancho came on in the last 5 minutes of the game, and they made us be a lot more dangerous going forward in those last few minutes, alongside Greenwood, of course. Wan-Bissaka did Wan-Bissaka. Luke Shaw.
You did all right, to be fair.
Wan-Bissaka did Wan-Bissaka, bro. I'm not giving him the right name. I'm not giving him. At this point, I'm tired. Luke Shaw.
Even the goal, yeah. You should have got there, man.
Luke Shaw needs to do that. Spurs are winning 2-0. I don't know what relevance that has to us, but fair enough. Thank you for
updating but the formation looks alright. I got it here now. They look like they're facing Vitesse.
I mean, they should be beating Vitesse. Like, who the fuck are Vitesse? Like, no one's ever
they lost game to them. So
yeah, but look who's in charge in it, Chapman.
Kane, that's the great assist.
David De Gea should have saved one, and am I wrong in saying that he should have tried to come out a lot more early?
Yeah, the second goal. Yeah,
I don't understand what he was doing for the second goal.
He loved to get ready and start doing. Fam, come out, take the ball.
Why he wasn't sweeper keeping at all, man?
He was
back to the old. He was back to the old day. Obviously, I know it's easy to say that because he made that mistake, but his kicking was poor. He wasn't sweeper keeping at all. I mean, it was
he's never sweeper kept in his life.
I know, but I felt like that was something that he started to improve throughout the season. Like, he was coming off his line a lot quicker in general. But
he's
bro, between him and Maguire, I suppose Bailly was technically at fault as well for the goal as well, because that was too easy from Bailly to just.
I watched it again. He's trying to. It's him, Luke Shaw. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka was mad, but they were trying to push up. Maguire's just stood there, not following, and you're the captain, bro. You're supposed to be I can't even say the word. Organizing the line, and you're just standing there doing this, playing everyone on side. So for me, obviously, Bailly, but nah, man, Maguire let the team down there. That's all his fault for me, man.
Yeah. The hair's got to do better, man. You're in your latter years of your career now, so you need to start producing a lot more quality. But anyway, start Ronaldo and Bailly. That's it. Quality.
Can I ask you something quickly? The formation change. Like, what was you lot's thought?
I was literally just about to ask that question. Yeah.
Wait.
No, it's calm.
I got mixed feelings, man. I was thinking.
I'm not happy about it, to be honest.
Do you want to stick with the 3?
No, it's not that I want to stick with the 3. I'm not happy because this mother lover here right now, Oli, has made a whole big deal of going 3 at the back, 3-5-2, and benching half of our attackers. To which the response was, yeah, he's doing something new. He's doing something. First time there's any bit of adversity, it goes back to 4-2-3-1. I mean, you just made it, and you started with a 3-5-2. You could have easily put Tellers on and put Luke Shaw left back and kept the same formation, left centre back, and kept the same formation.
No, but what the question? Obviously, that's why I say I don't like to bash Oli because it's boring. But what would you have done? That's the question I want to ask.
I would have started before the back initially. I wouldn't have played back.
At that instance when Varane
I know, but for me personally, right, if you've gone out of your way to change the formation, then why are you not sticking to your guns? Why are you automatic straight away?
Wait, so you would have stuck with the 3?
I mean, for me personally, he did make the right choice.
That's what I'm asking, bro.
No, but he made the right choice. However, why is he playing 3 at the back and then changing it within 30 minutes straight away after he changed the formation like for no reason randomly last week, and then he got uploaded for changing his tactics? I mean, it's just BS. Like you've clearly worked, or you must have worked on it to change it to 3-5-2, and then all of a sudden you draft it back to that. Like I mean, now what's he gonna do against City? Go to 3 at the back? Is he gonna fucking do 4 at the back? He's gonna flip a coin. Heads is 4 at the back, tails is 3 at the back. I mean, like you can't just change it within like a couple of days, man. But I don't know what Kojo thinks regarding that matter.
I don't know how I feel about the. I'm personally not a fan of the 3 at the back, but I understand why he did it. It's like his safety net. He's done it before, isn't it? He's gone to that 3 at the back and he sort of saved himself with it, knowing that he has more bodies. So it's just a lot more harder for teams to break down United, and it helps compensate for someone like Maguire, where if he is, well, not if he is, he's definitely slow. When he's slow to get back or he's just beaten by pace or whatever, you got other 2 people. Lindelof is quicker than him, Bayer is quicker than him, Varane's quicker than him, Shaw is, Wan-Bissaka. So I don't know, but with Varane injured, he's probably going to go back to a 4. I don't think he's going to. I heard what you guys were saying about Bayer going to get benched. That's going to happen. It's going to be Maguire and Lindelof again. I'll be very, very shocked if he goes to a back 3, or even if he does a 4 and plays Bailly. I'll be very, very shocked.
I'd love it if he plays Lindelof, Maguire. I'd love it.
Why would you love that?
Because he's an absolute fraud, Ali.
Nah, bro. I will absolutely lose my shit.
No, that's what I want. I want you to lose your shit. Because
nah. See, this one, we're going back to the. You want us to see him get battered.
Jerry. Usman says he loves it. Usman says he'll love it. But Saturday morning, if he sees
No.
You'll say I said it before the game.
Yeah. No, but I want to see the meltdown because I've gotten past the meltdown stage now. This guy, he did it.
The meltdown. Don't lie.
Okay, I'll stop all of it. Well, listen, bro. He did the exact same thing in January, right? Cast your memories back. We got top of the table. Bailly puts in those 2 man of the match performances alongside Pogba, to put top of the table. Lindelof comes back from injury, and guess who's straight back in the team and who's on the bench? Bailly straight back onto the bench, and Lindelof's back in the team. Bro, this guy has his favourites, man. He don't give a shit. But the question here from James is, when Varane came off, we looked at a lot worse defensive. I mean, it was quite evident Varane was absolute quality on the pitch. How big of a miss is he going to be, Jerry? What do you reckon?
Like I said before, I was even shocked he was back so soon. Like, seeing him in the training, I was thinking, yeah, Varane's back. That was quick. And he actually did a great performance against Spurs. But the fact that he went down with no one near him, and yeah, he's out for a month now, it's like, why? Why that now? I think he sticks with the 3 even more now with Varane out, because
I would if I was anything else.
Yeah, because it's like he's our best. Well, obviously Bayer is there as well, but Varane's our best centre back, and with him out now, it's like we've got a tough run of games, man. City, Watford, Chelsea, Arsenal. Varane will probably miss all of those games, which is very annoying. And I still think, but then Scott and Fred, man, we're in the mud, bro.
Don't worry, man. McTominay can play centre back as well, just in case, man. Don't worry.
I don't know, man.
Don't worry, boys, man. Stop stressing.
Stop
stressing. Now, but look, Varane being injured, right? I mean, it'd be too easy for me to blame Ollie for that. But obviously, I'd blame Ollie anyways. But no, I'm joking. Like, the whole Varane thing, obviously, is a hamstring thing, and it is where it is at the end of the day. What can you say, man? He's quite clearly our best centre back. The guy was absolutely quality. His distribution, his passing as well. He's been top draw. The guy barely passes the ball away. He always passes it forward as well. I mean, Maguire, if you're not learning, bro, I don't know what you're doing in training, but it is what it is. But for me personally, if Bailly's not starting alongside Lindelof, I'm going to be surprised. But I mean, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm going to be disappointed. I mean, Bailly and Lindelof are quite clearly a better partnership. And Maguire, for me, bro, if Ollie wants to keep his job, you need to bench Maguire because I'm sick and tired of that absolute fraud. But listen, let's move on to the midfield. Scott McTominay getting a lot of praise, Kojo, off the back of that performance. I mean, I've heard
what performance? Champions League?
Yeah.
Nah, I understand if it was the Spurs game because he actually had a decent game, but
I mean, both performances.
That game on Tuesday, great performance. Oh my god!
I mean, apparently Scott McTominay is more important than Pogba in the team, which is obviously up to you guys to decide. But I don't even know where to start in this conversation. But like, Van der Beek played 4 minutes and did more than McTominay did. Like legit. Like I'm not even just saying that because I want Van der Beek to start. Like, Kojo, like, surely Van der Beek's got to play at some point. Pogba's suspended. Of course, Matic isn't realistically going to play. Is it Fred McTominay for this game again?
Come on, why are we even asking the question, man?
McFred again, or what? Kojo, what you saying, man?
I'm still trying to get my head around people saying that was a performance to be proud of from McTominay on Tuesday. He was bad. Like, we've cost out Pogba, we've cost out Maguire. McTominay can get it as well. Absolutely. He's not no midfield engine. He's not been doing engine work for a while now. He wasn't good. I don't know where the praise is coming from. Against City, Jerry's already said it. You know what's happening, man.
It's not Fred starting.
Jerry will start Van der Beek on his career mode. Shout out Jerry's career mode.
Of course.
Go check that out.
Yes.
Come on. But
Jerry's on the wheel.
But in real life, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
no way.
Those 4 minutes were even sympathy minutes. He said it perfectly. You know what? We've lost the game, so go out there, get a run out, and and then we'll see how you do. And then hopefully you can get another run out against City when we're probably losing about 3 or 4-0 in that game as well. Because that's what he tends to do. When United are losing situations and they look like they can't get it back, suddenly, from out of nowhere, like a flipping Weedle on Pokemon Blue, that's when he brings Van der Beek into the fold.
Did you see his post-match? He tried to act like it was a tactical... like he's like, yeah, I need them more width, so I put Jaden and Donny into. Brother, you gave them 4 minutes. Like, come on, chat shit, bro. Taking the piss, man.
Oh my god, what did you make of Jaden and Donny? Either of them played their way into the team, but Jerry, would you reckon?
Donny nearly scored.
If Donny scored that,
scenes,
bro, I would have lost that. I wasn't doing watching or nothing, but I would have went mental there, man. Like. Bro, it was quite clear that they had that link up straight away. Did you know the difference in the tempo, bro? Straight away, as soon as they come
quality. On. That is quality players just playing with each other, bro. You will never see them like Donny. I just want to see Donny and Matic just one game. Just give me one game because pre-season they played most of the games and we still ain't seen that partnership. Well, 10 games, we're obviously including Champions League games. Like what? 14 games in, we still ain't.
About 15 in it, including that League Cup one that we bought.
But did they play in that League Cup game?
They might have actually, the one that we lost.
Nah, but yeah, whatever.
There was a red card in that game, wasn't there? Wan-Bissaka got sent out. I'm sure
the young boys game.
Yeah. Oh, was that young boys?
Yeah, Donny started.
Yeah, Donny got subbed off at half time in it, that one.
But with the three at the back, I think even at least you can trust Donny in that. Like, come on, man. If you don't think he's defensively aware, at least he can progress with the ball when he gets it off the centre backs. But like, man's, man, I feel sorry for him. Obviously, the great news he's expecting.
Can I ask a question?
In his spare time, but he needs to be on the pitch, man.
Can I ask a question? Why is it that Ollie doesn't seem to understand that Pogba and McTominay has never worked together before? Surely you just play Pogba and Fred and keep him moving, no?
Even, you see the Pogba thing, I said it in the group, obviously he's going to play because he's suspended, but is that the only reason why you're playing him? Is that even part of the tactical, how we're going to approach this game? Pogba's suspended, let's get him some minutes. Like, don't you think, nah, I don't care if he's suspended. He doesn't, it's just bad.
Jesse Lingard's going to get more minutes this weekend than Donny van der Beek. Mark my words.
I mean, you say that, but the way he's treated Lingard as well has been embarrassing as well. Like Lingard's had so many good cameos, right, this season, and he's not played him since. I've said it already on the podcast, but he's not played him since that Villarreal contribution, where he was on the pitch for 5 minutes and got an assist, which obviously got the goal for Ronaldo. So, I mean,
didn't he score the winner against West Ham as well?
Yeah, like he's had so many good cameos, and then he's literally not even seen the light of day since. So even the way he's dealt with Lingard, he's overall. This is the problem with Ollie for me, and his overall management of the squad, the bigger squad, not the 11 that play week in, week out, has been nothing short of amateur. Like, I mean, a lot of people praise him for his man management and his ability to get the best out of the so-called players on the pitch, whatever that means. I know, baffling. But the way he's dealt with players like Lingard, even, like, obviously Van der Beek, most noticeably Sancho now as well. I mean, Sancho's played like 3 minutes in the last, well, including the 4 minutes of the day. So 7 minutes in the last, like, 4 games. I mean, you spent 75 million. Like, I'm not saying you should play a guy just because you spent money on him, but for me personally, it's just a bit baffling the way he's dealt with Martial. Martial literally scored the last game prior to his injury. I'm not saying he should be playing week in, week out, but why is he not making the bench?
I agree.
Why is he?
Use him, no? Use him, he's there.
I know, but like he literally scored in his last game, got injured, and then he's not.
The favourites, man. Favourites will always.
And then he's not made the bench. And then Amad Diallo, I keep using Amad Diallo as an example, right? Because for me personally, the way he treated Diallo is absolutely embarrassing, and it doesn't get mentioned. The guy literally got subbed on because we had an injury to someone. I don't know if it was Dan James or whoever the injury was. The fact that Dan James is even starting over Amad Diallo is baffling, but nevertheless, he gets subbed on, scores within 2 minutes of his appearance against AC Milan. A very important goal, by the way. We needed that goal desperately in that game. Hasn't seen the light of day since. I mean,
he's been injured, to be fair, but it's still.
I know, but even when he's fit, like he was still fit a couple of games after that period prior to his
injury. Yeah, last season.
And then he didn't even get a cameo. I mean, how is that mentally going to affect those players? I mean, they've come on, done a job for you, and they can't even get subbed on. And that's the bigger picture. People say, oh, you know, these players don't deserve time. They've not taken the chance. But if you play a player once in a blue moon, firstly, they don't want to play for you because you've not treated them the way they feel like they should be treated. And secondly, they're not going to have any match sharpness because you're pulling players out of the cold every single time. Like, if he throws Lingard in now against Man City, he's not played in fucking 5 weeks all of a sudden. Like, I'm not saying he should be playing, he should get subbed on every single time. But if he's getting subbed on and having an impact, like Oli was when he was a football player, then I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't even make sense. As a sub yourself, surely you would know that you need to give people 10, 15 minutes. He literally gave Van der Beek and Sancho 4 minutes, bro. And we scored and almost got the winner because of then 2 players on the pitch. So
because he doesn't know how to utilize his squad. We started the season after we saw Ronaldo speak. Even before Ronaldo, we spoke about the abundance of players that we had. We were talking about wait for Rashford to get back, and then we added Ronaldo, and we'll still add Rashford to that team. You got Rashford, Ronaldo, Sancho, Martial, Diallo, Van der Beek, Pogba. You got options. You brought Lingard back. Lingard's really looking to move back to Stratford. So at this point, like, bro, everyone can see it now. When I say everyone, my girl's not even interested in football like that. And we're watching it. She was sitting there saying, why are you not utilizing the squad? And I looked at her, I was like, how the hell did you even clock that? But it's obvious. It's the same man every week. Every single week. And, even Telles, was it Champions League game when he scored that volley?
Yeah.
He's not played a minute since, bro.
Thank you. He had a good performance as well, He had a good performance. He scored a volley to equalize, help the team go forward.
Yeah, but Kojo, you tell me, right? So he's not played since that moment yet. Again, another integral goal, his first goal for the club. He's probably on a high. 2 days later or 3 days, whatever, we've got a game against Everton. Luke Shaw hasn't even fucking trained the entire week. Gets drafted in for that game and then costs us the game by making that stupid mistake. And then people are blaming Luke Shaw, rightfully so. But why is Luke Shaw in that position? Why is he playing? What is the point of buying Alex Telles? What's the point? He hasn't played. How much
was he? He was like 27 mil. Like, he wasn't cheap.
No, it was cheap. He was 17.
That's still money, man. And you, like, I look at other teams and they constantly rotate. I see Liverpool yesterday. Simicast got a run out. Then Jota will start, or not Firmino. Then
Milner or whatnot.
Chamberlain. You see Chelsea, they can switch their left backs at ease. Centre backs, Chalobah will start. Chalobah will start, or it'll be Christensen or or Jorginho Kovacic or Kante or Pulisic played yesterday. But us, we're just going to see the same.
What is Telles going to be thinking? He's just scored an absolute banger. Yeah, Luke Shaw's not fit. He's actually not. He's not seen Luke Shaw train once that whole week. In his head, he's thinking, I'm playing. and then he doesn't play and he never sees the light of the pitch again. So when he eventually has to come back into the team, let's say Luke Shaw, God forbid, gets injured against Man City, right? And then Ollie has to bring Tellez back in. He's going to be thinking, why the fuck would I play for you? Even if I play well, I'm going to be back on the bench. And I'm not saying, oh, if Tellez plays well, he has to start. But you're not even giving the guy a chance. Like, you've literally drafted him in for one game because Shaw's injured. And the first opportunity you get to play Shaw, who's not even fit, you bring him in. Same with McTominay. The guy had just come off the back of an operation. And he gets subbed on when we need a goal, when you got literally Van der Beek on the bench. And then McTominay gets injured. I mean, there's so many examples of the same mistake repeating itself. Shaw, McTominay, Maguire. That's 3 mistakes he's made this season alone. If you really want to be that guy, you could chuck Varane in there, who's just got injured now as well. So that would be 4. He's made 4. We've only played.
You said Shaw, Maguire, and look at the Brexit players.
Bro, we played 15 games, this season, and he's already made 4 of the same. Not once, not with McTominay. After the McTominay one, he must have thought, shit, I probably shouldn't rush players back. They're going to get injured. He thought, fuck it, let me do it with Shaw as well. And then he did it with Maguire as well, and now he's done it with Varane. So Shaw and Maguire didn't get injured, but Varane and McTominay did. I mean, is he thick? Like, he's literally making the same mistake over and over again, but pundits want to focus on fucking what haircut Paul Pogba's got. Like, come on, man, wake up. Like, it doesn't matter if Pogba's dancing. Let's look at the actual facts. Maguire can't defend. He can't lead a team. Luke Shaw's been dog shit. And McTominay's been dog shit. And they all keep getting selected. Why are they constantly getting selected? I want answers. They're dropping 1 out of 10 week in, week out. Ollie wanted Tellez. Ollie wanted Van der Beek. Or he may not have wanted Van der Beek. Either way, he should have stopped, not blocked him from going to Everton then if he didn't want to fucking use him. Yeah. And then, who's the other one? Maguire. We got Bailly on the bench. He's actually fucking 10 times better than Maguire. And he's shown it. His first game that's been drafted in from the cold, and he's dropped a 9 out of 10, but Maguire has dropped a fucking 1 out of 10 in the same game. So he's got no excuses. He's got players that he can use, but he doesn't want to use them. So, Jerry, for me personally, this is why I always come back to the manager. Because if you actually...
Why are you attacking me, bro?
No, I'm just telling you. This is why This is why I always come back to Ollie. You can say what you want about the players, but they shouldn't be on the fucking pitch. If I was manager, and if you were manager, Maguire and Shaw would not be starting week in, week out because they've been dog shit. So for me, what the fuck is going on with Ollie? Is he going to get sacked this weekend or not?
No, he's not. I'm telling you. People that's hoping that that's happening is not. Just don't get your hopes up. Unless it's another pace thing. Unless it's another... Obviously, this is the first game back at Old Trafford since that Liverpool disaster class. So we lose again 4-5. I'll say even 3. Minimum 3 goals, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Well, it's going to be peak. But knowing Ollie will probably win. So let's look forward to that game. Innit?
I mean, it is what it is. But listen, let's quickly talk about the Glazers. Because the title of the video is the Glazers losing Manchester United. Just before we do that, I just want to get people's comments. If you haven't already, please do slap a like on the video. Of course, if you're watching this on repeat, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. First things first, Ethan Laird is class. I mean, I got it completely wrong. I said he was on loan to Nottingham. It's Swansea. I don't know where I got Nottingham from. That's someone else. Gardner was on loan to Nottingham, but he's not there anymore. But anyways, Ethan Laird's doing very well at the moment. Hopefully he can keep it up because obviously God knows what's happening with Wan-Bissaka. He has been a bit better the last couple of games. He did it with Pogba too, bro. I'm assuming that's regarding injuries. Ethan is not at Swansea yet. There we go. Thank you for that. Everyone's telling me because I said Nottingham for some reason last stream. Ollie's too stubborn for a shit manager. Oh my God. I mean, I might just leave that up for the rest of the show, to be fair. They put Van der Beek to sit on the bench. The only one who could put in crosses for Ronaldo consistently is Tellez, and he can't get a minute. I mean, that is potentially a valid point. I mean, Delors would potentially be another one, but obviously he's not getting the game either. But we let believe that. A couple of swearing, respect for me. Right, let's get on to the Glazers chat. Like I said, keep getting comments in. Obviously, try to keep it topical regarding what we're discussing. Obviously, I'll put it on the screen if it is topical. But anyways, Jerry.
Yo.
We've spoken about this a lot of times of late. Not on stream, but off stream.
Yeah.
We can say what we want about Ollie, and I've said a lot about Ollie, as I always do. But it comes down to the Glazers at the end of the day, doesn't it? I mean, this is the real issue. I mean, we can say what we want about Oli, as I just said, but is it now coming to a point that the fans need to start being more consistent? Obviously, we had the protesters prior, but the lack of consistency with the protests or fans' anguish or whatever, do you think that's not going to make a difference? Because for me personally, I've had enough. I mean, I've had enough a long time ago, but it's come to the point now. It's so clear that Oli is not the guy. And as we've said, Oli doesn't need to walk. He shouldn't walk, except you said that. And to be fair, you guys make good points. I'm not even going to go into that. It comes down to the Glazers, man. Like, they're not doing their due diligence as a football club. It's quite clear that they don't give two shits, do they?
Nah, they don't give a toss, mate. Like I said, Champions League, that's all they see. Make sure Champions League are all gravy. He can, like I said, people say he should get sacked. Yeah, of course, I want him to go. But from their eyes, like I said, we're 3 points off top 4. We're top of our Champions League group. They're thinking, what's the big issue? Why are you not crying and screaming? Like, they're calm. So the standards of this club is just in the mud. Obviously, with Fergie there, he was just working with magic. But now, I'm starting to think, will we ever be successful again under these owners? Because you look at the other teams, their owners, they evidently want to win. Obviously, Liverpool, Klopp is kind of working his magic there. But when you look at City, Chelsea, even Tottenham, to get Conte in, it's a big move. 18-month deal. People say, yeah, it's a bit short. I don't know. He should have committed longer, but they're going for it. As for us, as long as top 4's inside, it's all gravy, and that's how it's going to be, man. Top 4, that's their trophy, and as much as we like Champions League, I don't know, man. This club is just, the standards have dropped so low. Like, when I think about my whole life supporting this team, it's never been this low, man. Like, we every year is Champions League, Premier League, Champions League, Premier League, Man United, biggest club, all the glory, the greatest times of my life. And now it's like we was up here, now we've joined everyone back there, and we're thinking like, right, what is this place? I've never been here before. And it's humbling, man. Like, we gotta eat this. We gotta eat this as fans. Not that we deserve it, but we've been spoiled, man.
I'm sure a lot of rival fans will say we do deserve it.
Yeah, they're loving it. Like, Liverpool, it's funny how Liverpool fans can now talk. Like, they've got so much mouth, and right now we can't say nothing to them because they're on top and we're chasing them. So it's sad times. And I don't even know what to expect anymore. Like, even watching football games, I just specifically focus on the one game, because if I start thinking about the future and what we're gonna be, I have no hope. So when it comes to match day, I just want to win that 90 minutes and then move on to the next. Because when I start thinking about, are we gonna win this trophy, that trophy, I just get depressed again. So for me, I'm just looking forward to Saturday. It's a derby. It's a Saturday morning. Let's just enjoy the game, and after that, it's like the whole circus starts again. Oli out, Oli this, Oli that, Glazers out. Even with the Glazer thing, I hear what you're saying about the protests and the pressure, but for me, I just think it's a lost cause, man. The fans, we don't care enough. We don't. Like, we can protest, but then it's never like consistent. So obviously, I big up the fans that organize. I think they're organizing process this Saturday, right?
There's a question in here asking regarding are there protests for Saturday? Because I've not personally heard.
I don't even know. I heard rumors, but I'm not sure if it's legit. So unless, I don't know how not every fan, but majority of fans are going to come together. Because right now the fan base are divided, man. You got the Stretford in, Oilers out the real. Then you got
is that a problem? Like, I want to ask because obviously I know Akil's putting a comment here saying the match going fans need to do more, etc. Is that an issue for you guys that the fans are supporting the club?
I know why they're doing it, but when you think about it, like, why? Yeah, the support, yeah. But when you think about it, why are we screaming Ollie's at the rule? You guys just look deluded, bro. We're clapping him getting slapped 5-0. What? Why are we clapping him, bro?
Yeah, but does that not make them a real fan, though?
What, top red?
No, but surely that makes them a top red because they're still supporting the club.
We gotta let the players and the managers know that was beyond crap. Boo. We should boo them. Like,
yeah, but surely if you boo your fans and you don't stick by the manager, that makes you a fake fan, no?
Well, that's the narrative, isn't it? But clapping, singing Ollie's at the real, the Glazers will look at that and think, look, they're backing him, guys. Like, let's give him more time. But we need, like Tottenham did when we slapped them 3-0. You heard the Tottenham fans. They weren't happy, and boom, they get Conte. We need to do the same, man. We need to stop this because he's a legend. Let's just back him. That's bullcrap, man. We need to stop that.
So what do you reckon, Kojo? Do you think the fans need to be more aggressive like the Tottenham fans, or is it okay for fans to continue to sing Ollie's name and support their club even through this difficult times?
You're killing me, man.
I'm just asking the question.
That song, yeah. When you listen to the lyrics, it actually pisses me off, fam. The greatest of English football,
Kojo, are the fans right to sing Ollie's on the wheel, or should they boo him like Spurs? Because obviously Top Red say that, wait, not me, but you guys are fake fans, innit? If you say that, you shouldn't be singing Ollie's out. Because I would never say that, would I? So, what do you reckon, Kojo?
Sorry, let me just say before he goes, yeah. The whole song contradicts itself. The greatest of English football, we've done it all, and then we've got Ollie's at the wheel. It starts again, bro. That don't make no sense, bro.
I mean, he's won loads of trophies, isn't he? He's got that unbeaten record away from home trophy and top 4 back-to-back trophy.
Ollie's at the. You're freaking nah.
Listen, Jerry aside, Kojo.
I've never made that song, yeah.
Should they continue to sing that, or do you think the match-going fans need to start turning on the team and the manager, or did they should stick by?
You know why they sing? You know why they sing that? They sing that because they are like one of our beloved friends in the UTU familiar group chat, who through thick or thin, when Ollie walks through the tunnel, you look at the other side of the pitch and they just see him sticking the foot out in 99 and always forgiven again. That's why when they beat Tottenham 3-0, it's not just applauding and maybe just applauding the fans, maybe singing Ronaldo's name or whatever. They were singing Ole. I can't even sing it with passion. It's Ole, 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 Ole. That's what they were singing. No, they shouldn't sing that stupid song.
But doesn't that make you a fake fan though? Like, just
question. I swear he's the only manager with a song.
Nah, George had a song.
No, right now
that's his name, isn't it?
Morning feeling fine. Come on, United up, man.
Like, that song was terrible. That song
the way United show.
Oh, he wasn't. I was deluded.
Something tells me I'm into something.
I know, we need to kill.
That song is terrible.
These songs are horrible, bro.
That song is terrible.
I mean, Josie was playing. Josie was playing the Man United way, the see you there way. Jose way, as Phil I would say.
Oh,
before I continue, I'd just like you to, I don't want to do it myself. Can you just warn your brother about putting my name next to such comments such as I want some people at home.
Man said Steve Bruce, fam.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, you do a better job than Ollie. At least he's got a bit of passion in United DNA. Do you know what I mean? He was an actual United legend, so he's actually done it. But listen,
we might as well make Jumba manager then, isn't it? At this point, I mean,
yo, fucking Jumba.
Don't sing the song. If you know what's good for you, the guy's not gonna make your team go anywhere. So yeah, don't sing the song.
Yeah, but what do you expect from the fans then? Because some people are saying that the fans, Jeremiah's good United. Some people have said that the fans should boo. Some people, because obviously dissatisfaction. Some people are saying the fans need to get behind the team. And if you don't get behind the team and behind your manager, you're a fake fan. Like, for me personally, man, it comes back to what Jerry said. If the Glazers, I mean, I know they don't watch anything, but hypothetically speaking, if they were to watch a clip of us beat Spurs 3-0, might not be Tottenham, and then everyone's singing, Ali's at the wheel, they're going to be absolutely buzzing. Like,
it's true.
They're going to be like, oh my God, Tottenham, they beat Tottenham. God, when he showed. But nevertheless, they're going to be buzzing. They're going to be like, oh my God, you've done it. You've done it against the Spurs. So like they're going to be absolutely elated. The fans are behind the manager. Trust the process. You're top of the Champions League. You're 3 points up, top 4 trophy. I mean, it's not really doom and gloom to them because at the end of the day, as Jerry said on many occasions, this is an achievement for them, really. Like, is that the issue now? And the fans have accepted it. And this is why I get peed off. I don't reply to people on Twitter anymore, not because I'm above them, because it's a pointless cycle of going back and forth. But there's fans on Twitter that genuinely believe that it's acceptable for us to be in a scenario where we spent $500 million and we've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Marcus Rashford, who's worth at least 100 million, Greenwood, who's worth at least 70 million, and Pogba and Martial, who we already had. So the squad's worth probably £1 billion. If you actually add it all up for the players that he inherited to the money he spent, the squad's worth about 750 million quite easily, if you actually think about it. And we sat here in what is November the 4th now, talking about fighting for top 4, and that for me is just, I've just had enough, because at the end of the day, why can't we be competing with Liverpool? Look at Liverpool's team. Their second string players is Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain, bro. You can't tell me that Milner and Oxlade-Chamberlain get into the Man United team when we've got Cavani, Rashford, Martial, Sancho, fucking Greenwood and Van de Beek on the bench. How do Milner and Chamberlain do not get into that team? Or am I tripping here? Milner and Chamberlain don't make it.
Can I make a point? So Liverpool fans, obviously, they did protest, obviously because of the Super League, but a lot of Liverpool fans actually don't like their owners because they feel like when they've won the league or they won the Champions League, the owners not done enough to improve the team, which I think is a fair comment. But the reason why their fans are still satisfied is because the man at the helm is doing the business. The thing is here, the Glazers for it, and the top blame will always go to the Glazers. But I always say this: Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had he spent big money. You said it, Usman. The players that he's brought in, maybe bar Donny van de Beek, are men that he wanted. He wanted to keep Lingard after the loan deal. So everything that he's wanted has been gifted to him. Mourinho didn't have that. Louis van Gaal didn't have that. The other Scotsman at West Ham now didn't have that. So you had everything at you have everything at your disposal, rather. And dare I say, you have a better squad than Liverpool. So you should utilize it. This is why I get onto Ole a lot more. I've not mentioned the Glazers' name in a while. Not that I'm satisfied with what they're doing. I don't like them. I would rather they get out of the club and we were bought by someone else that has an actual ambition and wants us to win. But the manager's got weapons of football mass destruction. He can destroy teams. Are you telling me that this team can't go to Villarreal next week with a better manager and absolutely wipe the floor of Emery's Villarreal? We should be coming for the next. So he's got the players to do it. Liverpool have built a strong 11, and they're relying and hoping that man like Keller or Adrian or an over the hill Milner or Oxlade-Chamberlain can come back and provide energy. But those are second in line players because that's what they're supposed to be. But McTominay and Fred are supposed to be first in line players. I
don't get the Glazers because like we've all been saying, they've backed Oli ridiculous. But out all the managers we've had, he's been the worst one. Why didn't they back Mourinho like this? Why didn't they back LVG like this? Like
if they backed Jose, we would have won the league. We would have won the league.
No, he finished second, and he said, "I just want."
He wanted Alderweireld. They said no.
Red and Lee Grant. Oh, you're taking the piss. You are taking the absolute piss. That's what they gave him.
They took the piss out of him. Yeah, they took the piss out of him. This is why I was saying in the group chat, saying, listen, you especially to the resident Super Ole fan, I said to him, you can shout Mourinho all you want to say about toxic and everything. You can say everything about toxic and everything, but bro, he brought you accolades. You were Kish and me, Kish, Jerry, Usman, all of us were cheering when we won 2 trophies. Mm-hmm. And then we finished second. Yes, it was the De Gea Super Show, but we finished second. And you're telling me that he just wanted to improve the defense, and they told him that you've got Chris Smalling, who's no longer even in the club anymore. Oh, bruv, no, it's a mockery. It's a mockery. It's an absolute mockery. They're taking the piss. I'm sorry, they're taking the piss. Jeremy said Diogo Dallo as well.
Dallo was bruv. Like, why don't the Glazers just wake up one day and just said, you know what? Like, we just get a good manager, man.
Why did he not? I know it's a bit off topic, right? But why did he not sub Dallo on against Villarreal? Am I tripping? Like, we needed a goal, and he kept Wan-Bissaka on the pitch, and he had fucking 2 spare subs.
But when we were getting spun by Liverpool, he brought Dallo in to be a wing back.
Yeah, I remember that. Did you play left wing back? I swear he was on the left. Or was it right?
Yeah, the nightmare.
Oh no, Ollie's mocking him.
He's the piss.
He hasn't
Listen,
got
he had a nightmare that day. But listen, obviously we've come to the conclusion that Ollie ain't getting sacked. Basically, I mean, a lot of the comments are kind of. I mean, I don't want to put a dampen on a lot of people's spirits here. Of course, we are not the voice. Well, we may be the voice of reason, but we obviously are making a decision. But it's quite evident now, right, that Conte has got. We know Conte has gone to Spurs. Ollie's not getting sacked if we lose to Man City. I know a lot of United fans want us to lose against Spurs, me included, in case you aren't aware. For the sheer fact that I felt if we lost to Spurs, we had a chance of him getting sacked. I knew we draw to whoever the fuck we just played. Was it Villarreal? Villarreal. Atlanta. I knew we draw to Atlanta. I literally said, win Spurs, Atlanta draw, lose to City. That's what my predictions were for the 3 games. Ollie's last 3 games, or whatever you want to call them. And that's going to be enough to save his job at Manchester United. I mean, for me personally, we've completely missed the trick with Antonio Conte. As you mentioned, an 18-month contract. Yes, you could say if we wait to the end of the season, we might get a Ten Hag or a Pochettino or whatever other person that we want. I mean, I feel like that's almost wishful thinking, because I personally think that, you know, if we wait to the end of the season, it's not going to be rosy the way we expect. Ollie might get top 4.
I was about to say that.
He's not might say, you know what? Let's back him again.
We keep going.
But top 4 3 times. He's completed MJ 3.
In 3 full seasons. He's 3 full seasons. Top 4. Back to back.
Listen, Ronaldo is Michael Jordan, and it's no coincidence that we've completed the 3 feet. The 3-bit boys. So, yeah, that would be 4 years without a trophy in Ollie's tenure, which would be absolutely world class. But yeah, I don't think he's going. So this whole notion of us losing to Man City, I want us to lose, I hope we get popped. Boys, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's pointless, because he's not getting sacked to lose to Man City. There's nobody available. We missed the boat in some cases deliberately, some cases not. So we have to stick to Ollie for the foreseeable, which rolls me on nicely to the Man City game. We're not going to do a full preview. I just want to get the guys' general thoughts and the score prediction, because obviously we have got full preview tomorrow with me and Sean. So Jerry, we'll come to you firstly. What do you reckon, bro?
I see us losing, first of all.
John, this comment in here is crack up. Man, look at this comment.
Wow.
Man's not having it.
Do you want to elaborate? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, please. I'm pretty sure it's not directed at us, but it's worse. I'm suffering, Jeremiah. If new manager comes in, how long would it take to give him a chance? What would you give him to change things? I mean, I don't even want to entertain that comment anymore, because my hopes are on Conte to come in this week. But I mean, there's no one to come in, is there? Am I tripping, right? There's no one, is there?
There's no one right now, but
because the dad doesn't want it.
You see, that's the damn thing. I think is cap. Let the Manchester United manager job be available. You'll see a lot of managers pop up, I'm sure. 100%.
Yeah, but no one that will be one. Like,
who do you want though?
I mean, obviously, I wanted Zidane. Zidane's not available.
I think he'll come, man. We'll change his. Look at Conte. Did they not change his mind? I think
that is a fair point. Yeah. I mean, money talks, of course.
They didn't change his mind. He caved. They caved even. They said, hey, "Listen, I'm sorry for."
Yeah. Oh, basically, yeah.
They've given him like 20 million for fucking 18 months worth of work, bro. That's outrageous. I don't know if we paid that much for Joe. I mean, Ollie's. I know it's not, but Ollie's on 8 million or something. For 3 years contract, and he's on 20 million for 18-month contract, which says it all. But obviously, he's like triple the level of Ollie, so it's fair enough. But yeah, I just don't see who would come in. Like Jerry's the one that springs to mind for you just before we go into the Man City prediction.
That's why I don't even want to entertain the idea sometimes, because I see us getting top 4, and I see him.
Someone's put Graham Potter in the chat.
Bro, people need to stop that, man. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. He's a good manager, but
Stop talking to us. I didn't think he was, because he's a regular viewer. So.
Okay, but Manchester United, Potter. Come on, please. He's good, but nah, I can't. Graham, imagine we see Graham Potter. has been named. I will lose it.
Yeah, but then we've got Harry Potter in that team, innit? We've got Harry
will
Maguire
lose
and Potter. It's a right
I will lose my mind. Nah.
but listen, let's come to Kojo because I do remember you saying you need to bounce on the 1 hour mark. So Kojo, just quickly, also me and Jerry will continue the brief convo. But Kojo, just quickly, your thoughts on Man City and this competition.
City have everything in their power to destroy Man United. Yeah, somehow Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps beating that team. But like I said, that's not sustainable. It ain't happening this weekend. I don't want to say that, but this time I'm talking with my head. I'm not talking with my heart no more. It could be real peak. Varane missing is a damn shame. I want to say Pogba missing is a damn shame as well. Not that he was going to start anyway, but at least you have a bit of quality coming off the bench.
He's not started.
Ronaldo will probably get a customary goal or two, but I see City scoring 3+, man. I just don't have faith in the defense, and that's whether it's Maguire, Bailly, or Lindelof, whoever starts. So I want United to win, of course. I never want United to lose, if I'm being completely honest, but I just don't see it happening on this occasion. If we lose this game and he's still in the job, then that is the complete and utter picture. There should be no more questions asked about United's mentality or ways. If he loses this game after losing 5-0 at home to Liverpool, yeah, and United should take that as their biggest rival, smoking them if you're going for a title race. Then and only then, if they don't sack him, then there should be no more questions about our United ambitions or whatever. That should tell you Ole is firmly manager. That's that. Score prediction: 4-2 City.
4-2.
Mm-hmm. I told you I don't want to say it, but this time I'm going to be brutally honest because I went on another show about whenever we played Liverpool, and I said I want to speak with my heart and say 2-1 United, but I don't want to repeat what's in my head. In my head, I thought we were going to get another 6-1. I got the 5-goal difference right. Like I was that shook.
Bro, if it's 4-2 and Ollie doesn't pack his bags and leaves, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it. Bro, 4-2, and the thing with City is, right, when they beat you, they don't just beat you, they batter you. Like, they will control the game for large parts, and it will look worse than a 4-2, even if it's a tight game, because they control the game. So, yeah, it's going to be peak, man. But, Kojo, before you go, obviously, as always, bro, just let the people know where they can find you, my guy.
Yeah, love my guy. Obviously, here, Usman Talks United. Catch me here next Wednesday as well for the Kojo show. We'll be back. Probably do a Man United Man City breakdown. Why not? But other than that, free midfield. We're 3 away from 200 subscribers.
Come on, people. Subscribe, man.
So come and subscribe to us. Other than that, free midfield as well on all the socials, all the audios, and even TikTok. If you find us, just give us a follow.
Yes. Listen, make sure you go subscribe to Kojo. Shout out, as always, for coming, my brother. It's always a pleasure, man. And hopefully I'll speak to you very soon. And also, quickly
before I go as well, Usman Talks Tonight, make sure you subscribe because this year we're 1.2. Next year, by July, I want 2,000. Yeah.
Hopefully, man. Big plans coming, man. But listen, make sure you subscribe to Kojo as well. Like he said, he's very close to a big milestone, so make sure you show
and United team talk as well. Jerry, stop bringing Fred off the bench because when you bring off the bench, that's it.
Listen, I'm in the comments every show saying Jerry. I
needed the legs. I needed the energy and desire, bro. I needed
it. Listen, God bless, bro. Have a good one, okay?
So.
All right, so we're just gonna give our 2 cents. I'm just gonna get through some comments. So if you've got any questions, this would be the best chance because obviously even if Jerry is bounced, double down a bit. Sean's put Ollie's inevitable. Sean has got my United to win. Love that. Right, Akil saying 3-1 to City. United we're saying 2-1 to United. I mean, no shot there. I hate to say it, but it could be another hammering. I mean, I can see that as well. It could be the end of McFred. Doubt it. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to everyone's channel. Absolutely. Make sure you support all the homies, including myself. Obviously, follow our socials, which you can fully see on screen. United need an elite manager. Would you take Moyes back? I mean, he's not going to come back anyway, so I wouldn't even entertain that question. No offense, James. But I personally wouldn't take him back because I don't think Moyes is the answer. I think he's found his level. West Ham, Everton, his level. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's been fantastic at both clubs. So credit to the guy. That's not a disrespect to him. They're waiting for Poch to get sacked, Jerry. We've all said this. Me, you, Ty, Kojo, we've all said the same thing. I don't know why we all seem to feel like this. What are your thoughts on this one?
Poch. I mean, I think he's an ideal manager, like replacement, because he's worked with tight budgets before. He knows the Premier League. I will actually take him because I'm not just going to forget what he did with Tottenham and how he brought that club to a whole new level. And I think he could compete with the likes of Pep, Klopp, and like Tuchel before he came to Chelsea. I mean, he's a good manager, but people weren't rating him like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't rating him at all. I've got to be honest.
yeah, exactly. So I think Poch will be the ideal, you know, replacement. Obviously, I think a lot of us wanted him when Oli was in temporary charge anyway. So
Yeah.
if he does get sacked, I'll gladly take Pochettino, man. I like his way of playing, and obviously the pressure will be mad, but we need someone to at least compete with the other managers. I don't want to Potter or them needy.
Potter.
No.
Potter.
They have to be of a certain level.
You're a wizard.
We can't go back to mediocre. But yeah, Poch. I'll take Poch still.
Yeah, fair. I just want to get this comment up firstly. Great show, guys. Always puts a smile on my face. We appreciate you coming through, James, as always. Always showing mad love in the comments and all that. Regarding Poch, obviously, you know my thoughts, but I've never said on stream. For me personally, right, I don't have any gripe against Poch. I like him as a manager. However, I just don't think he's that guy at elite level. I mean, similar to what I said with Moyes, obviously he's not on Moyes' level, so he's better than Moyes. But Moyes is at his level now. I don't think PSG and Man United is Pochettino's level. I mean, he might do well at PSG, but as a lot of people said, it's a bit of a poison chalice, that club, because unless you win the Champions League, you're deemed a failure, pretty much, which is a fair comment, I must admit. But as you correctly said, what he did at Spurs was fantastic. I was a huge fan of Pochettino's Spurs team, the way they would play football. So I would definitely not be opposed to it. I mean, there's not really many other options, and I think Pochettino is a pretty good option anyways. He knows the league. He's a fairly respectful, I like his demeanour, his football, etc. But my only qualms with Poch is that he's a perfect candidate for the Glazers. And
that's the thing. I'm just speaking ideally for the Glazers. He's the best bet, but
that it does worry me. Like their comments about Conte is another reason why Glazers need to F off. I mean, I completely forgot about the comments, but I've just reminded myself now. Like those comments again, we don't know if they're factual. Again, a lot of speculation.
Man, I believe,
but I believe it wholeheartedly. So I'm going to go off the inkling that it is facts. Basically, the reports came out saying they dressed you up in some fancy terminology, but the crux of what they were saying was we don't want Conte because he's going to challenge us and expect a lot from us. Pretty much saying they need an easy ride, they need a yes man. They don't want someone to challenge the status quo. They don't want someone to come in and potentially rock the boat, because at the moment Oli doesn't do that. Pochettino potentially won't do that. Of course, Jose Mourinho did do that, and of course he got sacked off the back of it. But for me personally, that is the bigger issue. Like, we can get the Pochettinos in, we can get the Ten Hags, both of which won't rock the boat. They're both going to be very respectful to the hierarchy, and in the long run, it's going to be an issue again. We're going to have this scenario again because they're not going to get fully back potentially, and they're going to settle for mediocrity. So until the Glazers go, we're almost like in a loop. Like, I feel like Pochettino is a good manager, as I said, but he plays into their hands fully. Like, that's why I want Zidane over a Poch. Not because Zidane's necessarily better, because I know Zidane will come and fucking challenge these guys. He's not going to sit down and take it from there. I feel like Poch would, if that makes sense.
The thing is, like we've all said, as much as managers challenging the Glazers and whatnot, I mean, the squad, like we've all said, the squad is good enough to win now. Like, we don't really need much. So Poch can probably ask for just maybe one DM, because the rest of the squad we're stacked, man. So
yeah, he's got that guy at PSG, that Ander Herrera geezer. I don't know if he can bring it with him. I'm sure he's got contacts. Idrissa Gueye as well.
Yeah, he'll be an excellent signing. But yeah, Poch for me, this squad is ready now, man. I know we need a DM, but we should be at least competing for the Premier League, man. This top four thing needs to go, and we need to Like people are talking about even in the Champions League, who's the threats? The English teams. Did they even mention us? We're not even part of the English.
We're not even part of the cohort. Like,
Yeah,
these ones still part of us. Like the Europa League team, they represent Europa League, but not in this.
It's
bro,
sad,
it's embarrassing, bro. We're actually embarrassment. Like,
yeah.
That's the issue for me. At the end of the day, that's why I've almost gone desperate. Like, I would accept Poch, Ten Hag, Zidane, any of those three names at this point. I have got my preferences, but I'm not going to say no to any of them, really. But listen, speaking of embarrassment, let's finish off with the derby predictions. I have got the preview, like I said, tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we'll go in more detail regarding that match with Sean. But, Jerry, what are your thoughts, my guy?
I don't know how we're gonna approach the game, so I keep switching between a loss and a draw because I think Cavani will probably come back into the team because he didn't play midweek. Well, he came on, but he didn't.
He doesn't give a shit about that. Sancho didn't play midweek either, bro.
Yeah, but because he started the last game. I thought he'll rest Atalanta.
Do you think he's gonna 3-5-2 then?
Yeah, but then I think he won't drop Rashford against City though. So I don't know what he's gonna do. So I'm not sure how to predict it, man.
Rashford's got to play on that counter, and then surely we're gonna play counter. We're not gonna play like possession, obviously, because that's their game, isn't it? So
I don't know, man. I think if he does like the same Spurs type of team that he played, I think we'll still lose. But it'll be 2-1. But if he goes back to the 4-2-3-1, I see us losing 3-1.
I mean, I'm gonna go into more detail tomorrow, but if we play 4 at the back against
Lindelof and Maguire, Scotland for that box.
Yeah. If we play 4 at the back and Lindelof's playing of them, oh my god, Jerry, my voice notes, early morning thing are gonna be off the charts, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
You might have pre-recorded, man, because I do.
I have them ready as soon as that clock ticks, but. Yeah, so if we go far at the back, I think we might fucking hold 4 goals. Like, genuinely, I know Kojo said 4-2. Honestly, I think we're going to get fucking battered. And I can't even see us scoring. Because...
Don't you think, though, the boys will...
we don't press. Obviously, Ronaldo's fault. But we don't press in general life, right? We don't press. Man City are a good team on the ball. Therefore, if you give them too much time on the ball, they will literally pick you apart. So unless we come with some intensity and an actual game plan, I mean, this isn't a disrespect to Liverpool because they're absolutely humiliated as well. But Man City are way better than Liverpool in terms of on the ball, for me personally. Obviously, people might disagree or whatever. But I'd say Man City, if you give them a lot of the ball, they will destroy you, basically, especially if we're defending the way we're defending. So I won't even be surprised. I mean, I will be surprised at the same time. I won't be overly surprised if we lose that 4-0 or 4-1.
I think I refuse to think the boys like Ollie surely can't set up like that.
The thing is, I said that against Liverpool and we held 5. I went in that game with chest and said we're winning 2-1, and I put so many points down to why we're going to win that game, and we held 5. So I have no faith in this defense. What we can do going forward, yes, we can definitely hurt them. Of course, McFred have to play this game. This is the perfect game for them. But I just don't see where the goals come from. I don't see Ollie picking a team that gives us any chance of scoring because he's going to play McFred. He's probably going to play Bruno, which means Rashford, Greenwood, Ronaldo. It should fill me with confidence, but it probably doesn't because we're going to be on the break. And Rashford, I just don't know. Sancho would be good for this game if he plays on the break, but obviously that's not going to happen. Yeah, so I'm going to say we're going to lose 4-0.
Oh, God.
Honestly, I'm sorry. I know that's fucking crazy, but I can't see anything but us getting hammered. And that's the beauty of this prediction because if we win, I'm going to be absolutely elated because I'm going into this game expecting us to get absolutely battered, played off the park. I mean, I can't see us laying a glove on Man City. Men of you boys, because I
wouldn't say that.
No, but that's what our defense has said to me all season. We've not kept a clean sheet. There's no Varane. I mean, he's probably going to play Lindelof, whether we like it or not. And they're gonna play us off the park. Maguire's a walking disaster as it currently stands.
Defensively, but I think attacking, we can cause them a lot of problems. Like even the Liverpool game. we had a few chances to actually score, but we just weren't clinical. All it takes is a bit of luck, and I think we can give them a
Did we have
game.
a few chances? I don't remember. I mean, De Bruyne won the first 4 minutes. But
Rashford, there was one Rashford was through and you miskicked it. I don't know what he was trying. I think he was on the left hand side when I think Bruno played it over and he just
I don't
kicked it.
remember.
What else?
I mean, they're half chances at best, isn't it? Like, for me personally, it depends on how good we are on the counter attack. Look, we beat Man City on numerous occasions under Oli already, so Oli's kind of got his number. So there's nothing saying that we can't beat them because obviously, you know, we've done it before. But my concern is with Oli, he's that guy that will do the exact same shit that's already happened. So he'll play exactly the way he played when we beat them. I.e. McFred on the break, hit the ball long to Rashford. We're not going to retain the ball for long periods. We're probably not like 25% possession while they have 75. And it's just going to be waves and waves of City attacks. They'll cut the ball back. Maguire will be a fucking sleep. Kyle Walker will get an assist. I mean, Sterling will score a tap in. I mean, Sterling doesn't normally score against us, but it is what it is. But you know what's going to happen, man. You know it. So I'm sorry, but I can't see anything else apart from us fucking getting battered. So 4-0 to Man City. Like, generally, our defense is that shit. We might score. It might be 4-1. Ronaldo might go, but, you know, hopefully it doesn't more than once. But, yeah, I can't see anything else. I'm sorry, lads. I'll explain tomorrow why I think it'll be 4-0. But, listen, that is the end of the show. I'm going to keep it real because I'm not going through that Liverpool heartache again because man went into that game thinking, oh, yeah, we got a chance of winning this one. We lost. We were fucking down by like 2 goals in 10 minutes. So, yeah, it is what it is. Very negative end to the show. Shahid saying, evening, gents. We're just signing up, bro. Shout out to you, though.
Watch your back.
Listen. And make sure you slap a like. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're not always negative here, but we're trying to keep it real for you guys. It's not Men v Boys. It's just Pet v Oli, which is Property Press. It is where it is. Listen, always keeping it real. Jerry said we're gonna. Did you say we're gonna win? 2-1.
No, we're gonna lose 2-1.
Okay, so Jerry said 2-1 loss. Kojo said 4-2. I said 4-0. I mean, it is where it is. Either way, if we win, we're all gonna be absolute buzzing. So hopefully, we're all wrong. Hopefully, we're smiling. Come obviously Saturday. Join us tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Myself and Sean will be breaking down the game and obviously talking all things Manchester United. If you have liked this video and you're watching on repeat, please do slap a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Follow everyone's socials down below. Myself, Kojo, Jerry's. Obviously, make sure you support all the homies on their channels as well. Obviously, Jerry's got a lot of good content, including a new series that he's doing with FIFA. But I'll pass it over to you to explain that in more detail. Jerry, let the people know.
Yeah, United team took on a YouTube, like Osman said, just a bit of fun on the channel with FIFA, you know, taking the wheel. Yeah, I'm taking the wheel over early and seeing what I can do with this team. And obviously Osman Talks United and the Twitter handle JerryUTD_ on the screen, man. So yeah, content is flowing.
Yes, you love to see it. Slap a like on the video, follow our social, as you can see, Osman Talks United, JerryUTD there, and 3 in midfield for Kojo. Support the homies. It's been your boy Osman, back tomorrow, 5 o'clock, with a preview for the first time in a while, with the Yankee love to love.